My name is Mary Owen. I'm the youngest daughter of Donna Reed. I grew up in Beverly Hills, California, and in 2004 I moved to New York, and then in October I moved to Iowa City.
Tell me about Donna Reed. As a child growing up, I mean, your mom's your mom, but as a child growing up, how did you know Donna?
Well, she really tried. She was busy. She had a huge professional career, and in fact, she said the term working mother was redundant, right? Because what mothers aren't working all the time? But she had this huge life outside of being a mom. So she was gone a lot, and I had a nanny, and so she tried to, we tried to have dinner at home when she was home at decent hours. In the entertainment business, those are long hours, and each season had like 39 episodes.
Yep.
So, but when she was home, she really closed the door, and she tried to be a mom at home, not talk about the business, try not to be too involved with it, although it was her show. So, she had to memorize lines, and the wheels were spinning about things, but she really just tried to be as regular as possible. We went to the grocery store together. She helped me with my homework. I mean, she was very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your mom obviously grew up in Denison, Iowa.
She did.
And how did that Iowa upbringing, was that something you were aware of growing up? Did mom talk about Iowa a lot, or was it evident in who she was?
I think she always missed her family life in Denison. As a kid, I came here, spent many summers here. My Aunt Sandy and Uncle Bill, mom had one sibling who stayed in Denison, the rest left. And so I would spend the summer here. And it was very important to my mother that each of her kids had a connection to Denison, and she maintained her connection to Denison all the day. And of course, my grandparents were here. And so I was very free here. I could spend the day with my cousins, and we'd, ride the pony in the empty lot, or we'd, jump in the river. It was great. We'd ride our bicycles all day. It was quite fun. So. Yeah.
And what did rural Iowans think of that when, oh my gosh, you're here in Denison?
Well, they just treated me like a kid, which was also great, because growing up, especially in Los Angeles, if you were like a celebrity's kid, it was just a weird kind of attention. It wasn't real, because it was just a fantasy of who they thought your parent was and who they thought you were. So there was always kind of a disconnect for me. So I was always happy to be here.
Yep. And did Donna return often to Denison?
She did. She was here at least once a year, and then as Grandma and Grandpa got older, she was very involved in their care. Yep. My grandma had Parkinson's back in the day when they really didn't know that much about it. So she was trying to make sure she had state-of-the-art care and medical, medicines and surgeries and things like that. But she was always here.
Can you tell us about your friend beside you there?
It's my former housemate. So when my mom passed away in 1986, she bequeathed her Oscar to Denison. So I haven't seen him in a long time. But of course, I wasn't born when she won the Oscar, but for a long time it was like on the mantle in the living room. And then eventually it just kind of ended up in her bedroom, I think, when she started the TV show and all that.
Yep.
She had a different feeling about it. But sometimes I would dress him up when they went out to dinner. Yeah, I'd put like boxer shorts, make little boxer shorts for him because I thought he looked better.
That's great. That's great. Just share a little bit about your life story.
My life story, wow, I don't know about that. Definitely, my passion is more for music. I play the piano, the guitar. My brother is a songwriter. A lot of cousins who are singer-songwriters. It was nice to move out of LA because of all the way the relationship to celebrity. So I think that was hard for me. Because if I made friends with people, I wasn't sure if I could tell them I was Donna Reed's daughter, because that would change how they would react to me or treat me. And so there was always like some trust issues. So it was really nice living in New York because people really don't care.
Yep.
But, I struggled. I mean, it's a hard identity to kind of create your own identity out of when both your parents were in the movie business. So,
Yep.
yeah. But this is, I'm really glad to be showing the world who she really was and how interesting she was, because I think a lot of people don't understand that about my mom.
So how does it feel to be back in Iowa?
It feels good. It's so nice to be somewhere that's civilized, interesting, friendly, yet no hassles. I mean, New York City was really very difficult, and I just love Iowa City, and I love being here in Denison. It feels like my second home, and it's delightful. It's just a little cold, that's all.
Exactly, exactly.